Hey there guys, Rox here, bringing you the latest news for Dune Awakening. So the cargo containers for the carriers have a release date, as you've seen in the thumbnail by now, and they will be coming later in December, or in the very least in January max. But the other change that was made for the carriers is that they will also allow you to not only travel with the cargo container overworld, but also let you travel while carrying a vehicle. So yeah, you can literally carry your buggy or your sandcrawler with your carrier from Egavazin to Deep Desert and vice versa. The developers will continue to tweaking the game's skills to find a better balance for PvP, and I know many people didn't like the crippling strike nerf. In fact, it even somewhat, quote-to-quote, forced some people to make a ranged build instead, because their build was highly dependent on that skill. Changes like this always bring some sort of drama, as it can be better for the game's balance or even make it worse. But in my opinion, it encourages people to try out new things. Remember that you can reset your skills once every 48 hours for free. Yes, the cooldown seems very long, but the time flies, and before you notice, you can reset your skills again. So don't be afraid to try out new stuff and find what works best for you. As a thing that Dune World teaches you very well is that you have to adapt to survive. So the same thing goes for your skills/builds, you have to keep adapting to stay on top. As everyone knows, Dune lost quite a lot of players, but at the same time, everyone also knows that the game has a huge room for improvements. And to bring some of those players back and new players to the game, new changes are coming to the game. One thing that the developers really want to stick with is the idea of spice domination in Deep Desert. Spice has to be one of the most important things in Deep Desert, or even in Dune Awakening itself. The spice harvesting is a core mechanic of the game, and they are revamping the skill system of the game with the introduction of specializations. And for what it looks like, we'll be able to upgrade our skills and passives further on using the spice. Being completely honest, I don't know how this will be fair for newer players or even solos. I know this is a work in progress, but by the numbers we are seeing on screen, it seems to be a highly demanding number for some people, spice-wise. This can be a double-edged sword, as in one hand it can be nice as it will give some people a bigger goal to keep playing the game and upgrading their characters further, but in the other hand this can suck as it can make big guilds dominate even more. Assuming you can purchase specializations levels using the spice, or a mix of spice and Solaris, it should be limited. As the name suggests, specialization means that even though you can invest in a bit of each specializations, let's say, you can choose to specialize fully on something. So it pretty much should have a limit on how much you can spend on these specializations. One thing that I noticed is these keystones items right here. It's still unknown what they do, but it might be related to how many times you can expand, let's say, a specialization. Keep in mind, this is just my thought, it doesn't mean it is related to that. Character transfer will be a thing in the game. So, for example, if you have friends playing in other servers, you'll be able to store your base completely, like imagine a vehicle backup tool, but for your whole base and everything inside of it, so you won't lose any of your items. So this way you will store everything, which can also be used to make a pause in the game, for example, so you don't need to be worried with your taxes, or your power, or if you're gonna get robbed or not, for example. But continue what I was saying, if you intend to join your friend's server, you can literally pack your base and deploy it in the new server. And once you are in the new server, you can literally craft your base backup tool, easily with some metal, for example, and deploy your stuff in the new server. Further on, in the end of December or beginning of January, server merges will also be a thing. But don't worry, it will not happen instantly, and as you can see here, they will let us know the necessary information when the time comes. To give you some peace of mind, I'm pretty sure that the server merge will not happen in Egavazin, to not have like bases overlapping each other. The server mergers will most likely allow, let's say, 3 or 4 servers to enter in the same Deep Desert, so the Deep Desert will be more populated and active. A quick tip here for people who like it chill: farm what you can before the merge happens. From my personal experience in past games, usually when a server merge happens, people tend to be more aggressive on the start, like to say their server is better than yours and stuff like that. It doesn't mean it will happen in this game, but as you know, in arrakis and in a PvP environment, it can be expected as you will start to see more people. And after this update comes, the real endgame revamp will begin. So be prepared. Consider leaving a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Rox is out.